Hello, my name is George Laster. I want to talk to you about the Universal Helmet Law. That law requires every rider to wear a helmet. One study by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention showed from 2001 through 2008, 34,000 motorcycles fatalities and an estimated 1,222,000 persons were admitted to U.S. medical facilities with non-fatal motorcycle-related injuries. From 1-800 motorcycles, helmets are estimated to be 37% effective in preventing severe head injuries to riders and 41% effective for their passengers. States are taking the decision to wear helmets out of the hands of the operators by implementing the Universal Helmet Law, which is cutting down on the number of severe head injuries and getting more helmets worn on the roadways. Unfortunately, states where this law is limited, repealed, or not there at all are seeing helmet usage numbers drop. States that have gone away from the partial or no law to a universal law continue to see helmet usage rates go up. But states where the universal helmet law is repealed to a partial law, they are continuing to see their numbers go down. States with the universal helmet law are seeing their numbers go up. From the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, these 4 states went from a partial or no law to a universal law and seen their numbers dramatically increase. Unfortunately, these 4 states went from a universal law to a partial law, and they've seen their numbers dramatically decrease. One study by the Highway Traffic Safety Administration of 10 states showed an increase of helmet usages once they reinstated the Universal Helmet Law. From 1-800 motorcyclists, 2013, a study showed a rate drop from 95% to 5% where the Universal Helmet Law was repealed. Another study in the 1-800 motorcyclists of states that reinstated the Universal Helmet Law, those numbers went back up over 95%. A review by the U.S. General Accounting Office of 9 separate studies of how helmets improve helmet usages shows a dramatic increase in riders wearing helmets. From the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, one study of states where helmet laws covered all riders showed a 92 or higher percentage helmet usage rate. Another study by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration of states with limited helmet laws only showed a usage rate of 42 to 59% for riders. Another particular study by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration of states where the Universal Helmet Law was reinstated came close to 100% helmet usage rates. Unfortunately, states that went away from the Universal Helmet Law continue to see their numbers go down. Florida, for example, from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, had a 55% increase in fatalities in all riders and a 188% increase in fatalities of riders 21 years of age or younger once they repealed the universal law to a partial law that only required 21-year-old riders or younger and anyone with insurance of $10,000 or less. From PMC 2013, states that went away from the Universal Helmet Law saw an average increase of 12.2% increase in fatalities. from the Science Daily 2013, one study of 615 motorcyclist fatalities in 6 states where the universal helmet law was repealed between 1994 and 2004. I would like to reiterate, the universal helmet law is getting a higher percentage of riders wearing helmets. That is cutting down on the number of severe head injuries that is related to motorcycle accidents. Unfortunately, not all states have the universal helmet law in effect, and they continue to see lower number of helmets being worn on the roadways. Research is continuing to show that the universal helmet laws are getting a higher percentage of helmets on the roadways. States that incorporate the universal helmet law continue to see the numbers rise. Studies of states where the universal helmet law is changed continue to see their usage numbers go down. I would like to leave with words from Leland Richardson, a professor from MU Truman School of Public Affairs. When laws aren't in effect and enforced, evidence shows that the majority of riders will not wear helmets. I would like to take a few questions at this time. Yes, ma'am?
How many states have a universal helmet law in place?
Well, from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, there are currently 20 states that have the universal helmet law in effect. Yes, ma'am?
How do motorcycle accidents affect me?
Well, one way motorcycle accidents affect you is in your pocketbook. From the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, in 1 year's time, the economic burden was $12 billion. In another study from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, of 105 motorcyclists hospitalized, 63% of their expenses was paid for by public funds. Yes, ma'am?
I live in Kansas. What helmet law does my state have?
Well, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Kansas has a partial law that requires riders 17 years of age or younger to wear helmets. Thank you all so much for your time. That's it, Megan. Click it.